Oh, and we're off to a flying start.
Terrific start. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jarred. Going to be a little bit different here today. I'm going to be taking the lead on this as we have no Jess, which is going to be extremely bizarre. So expect this one to be really, really short today.
We're going to struggle.
Oh, yeah. Jess, hope you got your fingers crossed for us everywhere there.
She's not thinking about us at all.
Oh, no, she's not.
Steak. She's living her life.
Oh,
She's
She
living it right
deserves
now. She does. She does. I mean, she's never missed a show.
No.
Never
Missed one. And there's us that have just been like here, then everywhere with some of them, you know. No, she's never missed one. Damn. So, yeah, it's just going to be different. So as you can probably tell, we've got myself here, Ryan, and we've got Amber, and we've got Dougie.
Hey.
So,
hi.
so we're not jarred today. We're hard. So, if you're a new listener, we would love to hear from you regarding this episode, and I would love to hear some feedback on my side to know whether I'm doing bad or good, but I'm sure Jess will fill me in on that one for definite.
She definitely will.
Oh, she will. You can find us over on Instagram at jarred.podcast and over on Twitter at jarredofficial. So yeah, let us know what you're thinking. But if you're starting halfway through season 2, I'm questioning as to why, and I'm going to ask you to stop and go back to season 1 and start again. And I'll see you here in a couple of weeks. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing a wide array of things, and I can't wait to get into this. We're going to be discussing conspiracy theories. And Amber, I understand you've been got a very particular topic at the moment that you've been researching into about birds. Is that right?
It is 100% about birds, and I will tell you how this all started.
Please do.
I was scrolling through Facebook, and you know how, those just random ads pop up. And there was one of this really cool-looking t-shirt, and it was like half robot, half Big Bird from Sesame Street. I don't know if you're familiar with the character.
Of course.
And it linked to a website called birdsaren'treal.com. And I will start off to say that it was the merch that brought me to the website because I thought just all the shirts were adorable. But I was also very curious as to why everything said that birds aren't real. And I went down a rabbit hole, and I've been so deep into this website, and I've read this thing countless of times, and I'm just ready to get into it. And I want to go ahead and state that the birds that I'm speaking of specifically are the ones in the U.S. There's nothing on this website that indicates that it's birds. Well, there is a small indication that there might be birds across the border into Canada and Mexico, but as far as other countries and other parts of the world, and I will get to that, I promise. But in terms of other parts of the world, it doesn't really touch on this, but let's just get started.
Yeah, you got me gripped. Like, I want to hear this.
Oh. Okay, so back in 1947.
Oh, we're going that far back.
Oh. Just you wait. So, in 1947, the CIA finds this, this fucking group, okay? They fund this group, and this group is to specifically, and by the way, I'm dumbing all of this down. Some of it may not come out right, and just, I told you the website, go look. So, 1947, the CIA funds this government this group, and its sole purpose is to basically surveillance and to try and detect communists, because we
Yeah.
had that problem. Okay.
Mm.
In 1953, this dude comes around. His name is Alan Dulles. And he is I have it written down here, the first civilian director of the CIA. I don't really know what being a civilian director all entails, but this guy, he has a disdain for birds. Like
Okay.
this is where the idea dawns from. The dude had a thing about birds. He was quoted as calling them flying slugs, and kid you not, and also referring to them as the scum of the skies. The reason
I mean, it's
why,
catchy.
yeah, the reason why he doesn't like these birds, with him working in DC, there's pigeons everywhere. I've been to
They, sh-
DC. Me and my
they shit
husband
over everything.
shit on everything, and me and my husband went a few years back on an anniversary, and I mean, they really are everywhere. Even I was kind of scared of them because they're not fucking scared of you. They'll come right up to you. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because they're used to tourists and shit, feeding them fucking hot dog buns. I don't know. So this dude has this real disdain over these birds, and it's mainly because the birds fucking shit on the cars. Now, so this guy's also churning up ideas on surveillance for these communists and how to, make things just, bigger and better. And somehow this idea trickles, hey, why don't we get rid of some of these birds and replacing them with robotic birds that we can use as surveillance? Now, part of this, and I mean, this is just an idea that cooks up for a minute. And then around later, it's like late 50s, they decide that they want to start getting this plan going, and they hire a bunch of these engineers to kind of travel across country to go to, the infamous Area 51, to go ahead and start, churning out these ideas and I guess test models or whatever. And these guys are so fucking dumb. They're traveling to, cross country in this van that's, honest to God, painted on the side, Area 51 or bust. And they're stopping at these gas stations, and they're talking about, their plans of getting rid of birds and shit. And there was one, they were singing their own songs talking about, I left my honey for Area 51 and let's kill all the birds. These guys are being
What the fuck?
Nonchalant is not in the dictionary at all with these dudes. Well, not all of the engineers who, made it to Area 51 really made it out of Area 51, because according to this website, the government specifically went towards engineers that, really didn't have a lot of family, really didn't have a lot of friends, because, they don't want the word to get out that, they're killing fucking birds. So the basic idea, and I'm going to skip a lot here, just to press for time, but the basic gist of it is that what would happen in terms of getting rid of the birds, in terms of eliminating birds, was in the night sky, they would fly jet black planes with no lights, nothing like that, that would drop a certain poison. They would drop it from so far in the air that, it wouldn't affect anything that hit the ground, but, whatever birds were in the air, which, again, I don't know how much of this to believe, because, I mean, at night, I don't see a whole lot of birds flying, but whatever. What do I know?
Most birds are asleep in their nests. Except for
And-
the owls.
and again, I hear how this sounds. I am not saying at all that this is a theory that I support, but goddamn if it wasn't interesting to read. So,
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
now, the idea of this poison is, now the question is raised, well, wouldn't people notice a whole bunch of fucking dead birds just laying around? The poison was supposedly designed to, once it got, into the bird's system, that the body would disintegrate within 24 hours.
What
Hey?
the?
What?
What? How? And how is that not going to affect people? It's
Yeah.
like, seriously.
What the hell are they doing? Dropping corrosive acid? What? But now that you've just said that though, I remember. Well, we've all seen the news articles where a neighborhood will wake up and look out on the street and discover an entire fucking street full of dead birds that just seem to have just dropped from the sky. Is there anything about that? Because that kind of links in with it, doesn't it? Or it could do.
I don't know about all that. I don't know that I've heard stories of just dead birds everywhere. Where are you reading your news?
No, I have seen that as well. Just
Yeah.
every now and then you'd see a picture pop up and you just see all these dead birds.
I remember seeing one as well where, again, a photo just cropped up and it was frogs. Fucking frogs.
Yes, I have heard of that.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
Oh, don't worry, there's plenty of theories about all these different things with...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, of course. Okay, well, let's get down.
Yes,
Let's go.
We're this far down, we might as well keep going.
Now there is one thing that I wanted to point out only because last episode, you guys talked about the Kennedy curse.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm just going to... Okay. So apparently, Kennedy found out about this plan. And he found out about this plan because he was tapping certain phone lines to figure out who was stealing his ham sandwich. I'm just reading you what the website told me.
Can you just repeat that last sentence one last time? It was beautiful.
He was tapping phone calls to figure out who was stealing his ham sandwich.
Well,
you're welcome.
The power of being the president. Who the fuck is stealing my... Who's stealing my sandwiches?
Well, on one of the phone calls that he is tapping in on to try and figure out, who's stealing his ham sandwich, he taps in on a phone call with the Duels guy that I was talking about that had the fucking hatred of birds. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Duels is responding to another dude, and he says in speaking, he says, by the way, how's the bird slaughter going? How many birds have we killed so far? And allegedly... the gentleman responded and said, we've killed about 220 million so far, and the best thing is the robot birds we've released in their place have done such a good job that nobody even suspects a thing. Okay, now the way that the timeline that this is set up on this website is Kennedy was killed a week later.
What the fuck?
After listening in on this phone call. Now, I'm going to say that all of this is allegedly because this isn't like a scholar website. I'm just going by what was advertised to me on Facebook. So let's just take this at face value.
Yes.
I love how this all started saying you were looking at merchandise. And now I feel like I need to be wearing my tinfoil hat and disconnecting my internet. Like, what the fuck?
That's how deep this shit is. Okay, so now... this is another question that you might be wondering. Who is going to make all of these robotic birds? Who's going to, produce them at such mass quantities and no one know a fucking thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So do the robotic birds shit as well?
That much I don't know. They didn't go that far. But
because how could you not notice a difference between the amount of bird poop if they've replaced that many birds? They'd have to have some sort of mechanism to produce the bird shit.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure the amount of bird shit hasn't changed. Covering everything. So.
Well, let me tell you the theory that they have on how they were able to mass reproduce all the birds that they were killing. Basically, from what this website says, is, how many people, and back when this was happening, fucking acid and, psychedelics were like, the thing to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so, how many people would you run into that said, man, I had this crazy night. All of a sudden, I was just in this room and I just can't remember what the fuck happened. The theory is that all of these people were just fucking believed to be tripping on acid and stuck kind of in like an underground bunker type thing, but huge.
Yep.
To produce all these realistic robotic birds, quote unquote.
My head hurts so much right now trying to process all of this.
Okay.
So then it was like the Men in Black Flash and fucking.
Yeah.
So you don't remember a thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god.
I think they actually quoted Tommy Lee Jones in this as well.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I want to know who's controlling all of these birds. Because are they automatic
the
or if they...
the man?
Yeah, but I mean,
are they? They might be run on solar power. I don't know.
No, but I could just envision like this CIA agent sat at his computer desk or something with a controller in his hand, just flying this fucking bird around. Like, how the fuck? I mean, is that how it works, or are they?
Now, the linguistics of that this website does not go into. But
well, this is an answer I need.
I wish I had that answer. Now, remember when I said that, as far as we, especially from what I can tell from this website, this is just, U.S. birds. Now, There is a theory based on this website that that there are birds that monitor the Mexico and Canadian borders. And basically what the bird's job is to do is to monitor, any American that goes onto foreign soil and to also monitor for drug trafficking and, all the things that Trump's scared of.
Yep. Wow, that's...
I'm so way out of my fucking hands right now. I'm just...
Well, really, you'd need... If they've replaced that many birds, you'd need that many people controlling them, because you couldn't have one person controlling more than one bird. So it's...
I just have this image in my head as well, a really cartoon image of a bird sat on the Canadian or Mexican border, overwatching everything, and then when he goes to report something, just lifts up his wing like he's talking to his wristwatch, into his wristwatch, going, yeah, okay, we got one coming in right here, right, go. I can just, I just have that image in my head.
Putting the tip of his wing to the side of his head, going, hey boss, we've got one.
Yeah, exactly. Do we dive bomb him? Do we shit on him? What do we do? Oh my god.
So that
Yeah.
that really is to just conclude the rabbit hole I went down researching why birds are not real. I've lost some brain cells myself, and I take full responsibility if you've lost them as well, but...
I'm in the negative brain cell area now.
But
Ryan didn't start out so well, so...
Exactly!
and I'm gonna be completely honest, like, I was reading, like, again, I read this website a lot. And a lot of it just to make sure I read what I read correctly, because... Just...
Yeah.
A ham sandwich. Anyway. And I sat at my parents' house and I told them both, maybe in a shorter version, everything that I just told you guys. And my mom, I did let her know I was talking about on the podcast, and she begged me not.
Oh, she thinks you're going to get targeted now.
She's like, please do not make an ass out of yourself. And I'm like, I have to share this with people. Like, okay. If I took the effort into just reading all of this, I have to educate at least one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hold this to myself.
Did you at least buy any of the merchandise off of the website?
Oh no, I didn't. Just because.
God damn it.
I don't know. Just some of the wording at the bottom, which I don't know. Some of it, like, a little bit scared to give my money to it because I don't know what these people are really doing. This could be a birds aren't real cults for all I know.
Yeah.
But
you could be funding the robotic birds.
But honestly, I might look into buying one because that fucking Big Bird shirt is.
Well, we're this far deep in now. I feel now's a good segue to get us into the discussion. Our favourite conspiracy theories. Now, I said favourite on that one. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is gonna be an interesting one nonetheless, because like Jess isn't here and she is massive on conspiracy theories. I mean, she is so pissed she can't be here for this one. So hopefully we do it some justice. But
she's going to be screaming when she listens to this.
She is. She is. Favorite one. I mean, can you have a favorite conspiracy theory? Because conspiracy theories are meant to be like, well, as we've just heard, a bit fucking bizarre. So.
I've heard so many different ones. I'm just trying to think what the most outrageous.
I know.
I mean, if I have to go with a favorite, I'm going to have to go with a classic. Just because it's just respect, but that the moon landing wasn't real.
Oh, yep,
okay.
Yep.
That to me is just a classic conspiracy theory that's just going to stand the test of time for me, because once you do look into it and you watch everything that you can on it, it's like, maybe not.
Yeah.
So in terms of favorite conspiracy theories, I'll go with that for a classic.
Yep. Yeah, I can understand that. I know what you mean with, you watch all the footage and everything like that, and it's like, that could be faked quite easily. I can see that. And it's hard to disprove it in ways.
Yeah.
But
and you have to go yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'll just jump in my rocket now at the back there, and I'll still.
Why not? I've had this laying around for a while, and I might as well use it. I mean, because I was actually, again, I went down a rabbit hole, and when you get on the YouTube or Facebook video rolls, and you go scroll from one to another, and you just keep going.
Oh, my life every day.
Yeah. I ended up on clips of the moon landing, and I was like, all right, let's go into this one. And the more I watched it, the more I kept thinking about the conspiracy theory of how it wasn't legit. I wasn't, and you started to pick on small little things like, oh, hang on, what was that glimpse above them? Was that a line holding him up, or was that his antenna, or why is the moon dust when it's kicked up dropping back down to the moon so quickly when it's meant to be less gravity? How come bits on them, like are part of their suit, ain't floating around so much? I really got into it, so I ended up going into deeper parts of it, researching it, and apparently the bit on top is meant to be an antenna. It's meant to be a very fine piece for them to have control back with their ship or something like that. The dust is just because it's low gravity doesn't mean it's meant to be floating up. It just drop back down because the gravity is stronger on lighter, denser objects. I really got deep into that one, so I'm still 50-50 on that one.
Oh no, absolutely. And I mean, some of the ones that I've seen, it's like if you watch some of the shadows in some of the footage, you can see where the lighting caught the
Yeah.
caught the shadow of the camera, or I mean, it is one of those things. It's not like I was fucking there, so 50-50.
Yeah.
Just like I stand in the middle.
Another one as well was, when you saw photos from them on, like that infamous photo that they took on the moon of planet Earth, right? Everybody knows it. And the number one question I think people always ask is, where are the fucking stars? Now, I can't actually remember the answer for this one, but obviously, you sat on Earth, obviously, as we do every day. You look up and you can see the stars. So why can you not see them on the moon, or could not see them in that photo? That's still one thing that I don't understand.
I've never actually thought about it. I've never even looked.
I hadn't either till now.
Yes, it's after
Just on that side, I would say, because the size of the Earth in the photo and how bright it would be is dulling out anything else around in the photo, because of the age, like the equipment that they had back then. True. Quality wise might not show up and stuff like that, but I don't know. I honestly can't remember the.
No, I get the theory. It's like, sometimes depending on the area of where you live, like around me, we've got a massive grammar school not far from us, and the light that produces during the night, their floodlights, it's so much light pollution that it actually you can't see a portion of the night sky. You can't see the stars because there's that much light. So I guess, going off of that theory, maybe, I mean, the Earth is extremely fucking bright, so.
And see, that's the thing about this theory that makes you sit right there in the middle, because it's like, it's balancing between your love of a conspiracy theory and then balancing between also my love of science and things that I know are probably true because it's smarter than me.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a different way of putting it.
But yeah, that's definitely. I mean, the moon landing is always an oldie but goodie. You can never go wrong with it.
Yeah,
never.
Never. Definitely.
I think mine would be. I mean, there's so many obvious ones that you could choose, like 9/11, or the one about the one even about Barack Obama or stuff like that. The biggies, but they're not my favourites, because why would they be? I think the one that stands out for me the most would be the weather and earthquake control. That's one for me. Because.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, how the fuck is that even possible? Well, I mean, there's so many ways that it can be possible. We have so many satellites up in the night sky. I'm not saying I believe in this whatsoever. I'm going to put that disclaimer forward now. I don't believe that the weather is controlled by the government. It's motherfucking nature, okay? It does what it wants to do. We have nothing to do with it. Well, apart from pollution and global
whichever
warming.
way you look at it, everyone must hate England then, because your weather sucks.
Mate, you've got no idea. It's fucking atrocious. Although right now, you ain't gonna believe this. Right now, in lockdown, it is the most beautiful it has been in months. It reached 21 degrees today. I was sat in the garden getting a tan.
See, so it must be controlled. They know you can't go out, so they're giving you the best weather ever. Then as soon as you can go out, it'll be shithouse again.
Oh, I wish you could see my face right now. I'm so wide-eyed. I'm like a deer in the headlights. What the fuck? No. Oh, no. If I get an earthquake right now, I'm just going to walk out. It's because it's just tip of the iceberg right there. Oh, my God.
I've got him thinking now.
Oh, you have? Oh, you have.
I can hear him making the aluminum foil into the hat right now.
Yep.
There it is. There it is. Jesus. But come on, like, how? I mean, I get why people would think that it's controlled because you got all the satellites, but what equipment are they going to be able to fit fucking ground to cause a goddamn earthquake? And why is it only certain regions that are getting these earthquakes as well? I mean, we very, very, extremely rarely get them in the UK. I think we had one a couple of months back, and I think the worst that happened was my photo frame fell over. That was it. You know, so if they have all this advanced technology to be able to do this, why are they not bringing cities to the ground if they really wanted to do that? Why is it just a bit of a desk shake here and there, you know?
And why would we get one out here in the middle of the desert? Well, not the middle of the desert, but we have a fault line that's just north of where I live. And it's been a long time since we had a big one, but we've had a few. We get tremors every now and then. It's like middle of fucking nowhere. What's that going to affect anyone?
Exactly. What is it going to achieve?
Well, and I mean, like anything over here. I mean, the biggest worry that we have is, you know, that California is just going to break off and go do its own thing and become its own island.
That's what I mean. It's like, why is some states and some regions of the world getting so much more than the rest? Like, that is already number one as the reason why this one would not be even considered legitimate. And the weather as well. Like, come on, really?
And I will say, at least like here in North Carolina, we have had instances of earthquakes. Not anything to the magnitude of what you would get, like, you know, like further out west. And I remember, you know, haha meme culture, and someone posting a picture of like a turned over lawn chair, just a plastic lawn chair in the yard, and it was like, you know, earthquake 2016, never forget, and you know, like
it's going to take us months to rebuild.
That's about as bad as it would get, like out here. But once you go out west, I mean, it's I wouldn't live in California.
Yeah, same here. I mean, that's the damage we get here is nothing. You know, I think the most I had to do repair wise last time was fill in a crack. But that was pre-existing anyway, so that was about it. But no, I like I said, I don't believe in this whatsoever. I just find it. The reason it's my favourite is just because it's so damn funny. Like, there's people out there that think the weather is controlled, and it's not. It's controlled by us as humans. You know, we're the one causing global warming. We're the ones that are making it worse and more effective in regions. Like, and not only that, it's progression of, you know, with the earthquakes and everything. It's just progression of the earth, of the world. It's the way it's going. It's aging, in theory, I guess. So it's gonna move. It's gonna change. We're living on a ever changing rock. Like, it's gonna fucking change. So that would be my one.
Yep. Okay.
Now over to you, Dougie.
I was just trying to think. Would it be considered probably not really a conspiracy theory? So
I'm sure some people out there would believe it. What is it?
Just with aliens.
God, that's a conspiracy.
I wish Jess was here.
And it's like
her ears are going to be burning right now. She's going to know about this.
My biggest thing about that is, how the fuck do you think we are the only intelligent life form around?
Oh no, 100% agree.
With how big the universe is, we're the only living, intelligent, well, not living, but intelligent life form. It's like, come on, seriously?
I know.
And
I know.
And I believe we've been visited many a times. There probably are some here right now. I don't doubt it, but
it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Oh fuck!
To think that we got to where we are without some interaction with aliens is,
It's
especially more so back in the earlier days. Like, you look at some of the cave drawings and whatnot that people have found and whatnot, and like, there's so many things with regards to that, like with the Egyptians, building of the pyramids and stuff like that. There's so many different theories that you can go in on that, but my simple thing is, we are not the only ones in this universe.
We can't be. We can't be.
So,
I mean, just in the observable universe in itself. I mean, what is it? 30 billion light years across. So some crazy ass number like that. I don't know.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And there is one tiny ass rock in there somewhere, and that is the only planet with life forms on. Nah, not buying it at all. I mean,
well, not just life form, but intelligent life. Yeah,
yeah. I know. I mean, this is where we could really parallel off like big time to wormholes, parallel dimensions, real other crazy shit like that. But just sticking it with alien life form, no, there's got to be more out there. And you're right, we most likely have been visited beforehand, even if it's just a flyby. Like, okay, yep, there's some there. We'll come back at some stage, and then they come back again a few years later and be like, nah, they really fucked up. Let's just keep going. Like,
what the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah.
And they go back and they say, "Who the fuck is Trump?"
Yeah, if you fly by Earth, just give it a few light years of a miss round to the right. Yeah, just skip it. Yeah, just don't even bother.
This is why they absolutely won't acknowledge us, because they're like, fuck that.
We don't want anything to do with this mob.
We will wait for when you guys smarten up. We're not introducing ourselves right now. No, thank you. I will take my keys and go home.
I mean, I've recently been. It's funny you should actually mention that particular conspiracy theory, because, believe it or not, recently since being in lockdown, I'll be honest, I've had trouble getting to sleep because I've not been as active as much, so therefore I'm not tired. So I've been watching some certain videos on YouTube in bed that would basically just make me just black out, right? And a lot of them have been to do with like life outside of our planet. Okay.
Yep.
And the shit I've been coming across has been absolutely amazing and has really got my head scratching, because I mean, there's so many other Earth-like planets in our universe alone, in our galaxy alone, that they could be closer than we even think we've realized, but we haven't got the technology to get to them yet. And maybe they're in the same situation. They've not advanced enough in their intelligent life forms to be able to get to us. You know, maybe we're, you know.
Oh, I doubt that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the universe is fuck knows how old, you know, and just for 2% of its lifespan, we've existed. Like, come on. There's got to be something else in between there. Whether they've died out before us, and maybe another one will come after we've gone, or whatever. But definitely we can't be the only ones. No chance in hell.
No.
I mean, look at what year was it when those scientists had that radio signal coming from outer space? What did they call it? Signal Bob, was it, or something? I don't know. It was like a 6-second response to a signal they sent out, and it come through.
I remember exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember what. I'm with you. I don't remember what the fuck it was called. But yeah, no, that was trippy.
I mean, they had this response come back, and they don't know where from, and all it was just a couple of sounds or something like that. Where the fuck did that come from? Space is meant to be silent. It's meant to be a vacuum.
The fact that they got a radio signal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I can't remember. I'm trying to find what it was called. Oh, it was called. I think it was called WOW. No, it was called the WOW signal. Is that right? Really? They called it WOW? Nothing else?
Idea.
Good. Oh, yeah. It was called WOW. That was it. Looking at it here. Yeah, 1977. I mean, the year alone, technology obviously wasn't that advanced compared to what it is now. And they had a signal then. Like, it's got to mean something, but definitely please, everybody else, get involved in this one. Like, we're all going to have so many different views on this one. Let us know in the comments on Instagram and Twitter.
The government doesn't want us to know about the aliens, so that's why they are infiltrating our Facebooks with merch ads that get us to research about birds, okay? Get on the alien thing.
If this episode gets taken down when it's uploaded, alright, we know why, okay? We know why, and we've got no control. I mean, I'm expecting to finish, go out of my bedroom door, and find my own government just standing there like, okay, we need to talk. Alright, we need to talk now. Like, If all of us giant cast members just suddenly vanish.
You know what the fuck happened.
Right. If Dougie, I, and Amber vanish, but Jess is fine, you know why, okay?
Then the episode will just be Jay.
Just from then on out, just Jay. I mean, hey, with these preparation.
Ooh, look.
Oh, damn, she's behind it all. Fuck.
Oh.
Jay. She's got the dogs as well. Those sidekicks. She's got them as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. We could really go on a lot more with this one, but I feel like
We got to.
Listeners, let us know your thoughts on
Definitely.
what we've said, and maybe some theories, your favourite theories. So let us know about them.
Definitely.
Give us new crazy theories we don't know about. I would
Yeah,
love more.
like-
I would love more crazy bird shit. Or something to the equivalent. I had so much fun reading. So.
I mean, there's so many different theories out there, conspiracy theories and whatnot. So.
Oh god. I mean, like I said,
let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Your favourite.
Definitely. Well, also in this episode, we're going to be bringing back Don't Get Me Started, which was a big fan favourite from season 1. As some of us know, and we've started to bring it back during this season because, again, people have requested it a lot, and it's taken off well. Amber, you've done one already. You started us off this season, and you knocked it out of the fucking park, like big time with that one on Marilyn Monroe. Like, my god, you were definitely set for that one. And that side there, just let me know that you're just reliving it all.
I was born to argue on the behalf of Marilyn, and I always will be.
So, I've got the joys of doing it today, and the topic that I was given, which I can't believe I'm going to have to do this because they're my pride and joy. Dougie very kindly gave me the topic of suits. Now, for those who don't know me that well at all, I am massively into my suits that I wear. I think my last count, I think I own like 45 different suits. Okay.
You've got a problem,
crazy.
mate. Seriously.
I do. I mean, again, being a tailor, I guess I kind of have to have them, but at the same time, anyway, I'm gonna save this for the rant.
Yeah. Yep.
So basically, the premise of the game, for those who don't know, is I have to start off by saying, "Don't get me started on suits," and I have to go on an angry rant about said topic. Yeah. But because I have such a love for suits, this is going to be really hard for me. Oh fuck. Anyway, so don't fucking get me started on suits, okay? The number one thing that I have to point out already is the fact of how so damn expensive they are, okay? I get it, everybody has a suit, okay, at some stage in their life, okay? Dougie probably got 1 or 2 hanging in the wardrobe, that's probably about it, okay? Because they're so damn expensive, alright? In my line of work, the good thing is I get a discount, but it's still not enough, okay? The value I wear at these I'm pointing at the wardrobe right now, okay? The value I spent on these fuckers right here, okay, comes to a grand total. I think what I worked out to be was around about £14,000, okay? That's not a joke. That's overall, okay? That's just the suits alone. It's not including my ties, not including the accessories, nothing, okay? It's a bad habit, don't do it. It's like doing cocaine, okay? It's a good idea gone too far, alright? Don't do it. Okay, not that I've done cocaine, just for the record show, okay? Don't do it. Not only that as well, okay? You change size, you're fucked, okay? Alright? The £200 juice plus you spent on one suit and you change size, you gain or lose a stone in weight, forget it, okay? Just donate it, just throw it, okay? You can't get it fixed, you can't get it altered, and if you can get it altered, again, it's so damn expensive, alright? The cost alone is what's keeping me living at home, okay? I can't get a place of my own yet with my fiance because I'm spending too much money on fucking suits, okay? It's a really, really, really bad habit. Alright. None of that as well. a lot. After a long time of wearing them, they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable. All right. I have to wear them like 7-8 hours a day, okay, 5 days a week. Those sons of bitches are not comfortable. And throughout the day, eating fast foods for my lunchtime, my gut expands. Believe it or not, with the stick size that I am, okay, my gut expands. It doesn't fit me, okay. The amount I have to fart just to get back down to my normal size. It's ridiculous.
I'm crying.
Mate, I'm impressed. I really am. You've done really well on that.
You blew me out the goddamn water. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
I'm sweating. I'm not kidding.
And
my
see,
God.
here's the thing. Is I feel like that sometimes passion can sound like anger, and I feel like I heard passion and anger at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was beautiful, my friend. That was so beautiful.
That was perfect. Yeah. We
I feel it.
couldn't expect any more. That was
No.
well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Well, I'm just going to have one
For
final...
something
Go on.
for something that I know you love the most. Yeah, brilliant, mate.
It's going to sound really sad. I actually can't wait to get back to work after all of this is blown over, just so I can finally wear one again. And that sounds really, really fucking sad, I know. That's how much I
honey,
love these fuckers.
Don't eat any of your quarantine snacks. I want you to be able to
I'm not.
enjoy your investments.
Seriously, because I'm planning on moving the missus in soon enough, okay? We had to go furniture shopping, okay, because all of my suits take up more than one wardrobe. I had to buy her a separate wardrobe just for her fucking clothes. I take up that many, okay? It's a massive problem, so just don't fall down that hole, man. Don't fall down.
Like
So, yeah.
Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop.
Stop.
Oh my god. I'm going to get that stitched in my next custom suit. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to get that message stitched in there. Well, I think we've got time for one final discussion, and I think we should do this one definitely because this was sent from Jess, alright? And because she's not here, I think we need to add this one in, okay? We're still good. We're still under my hour time frame, so I think we're doing good so far. We're alright.
I think we're doing fabulous.
I think it's not going too bad, okay? And here's me and Dougie saying beforehand we're going to fucking crash and burn. Jess sent me this one forward, okay? It's just another little fun one to discuss. We want a lot of other people to get into because it's so damn dumb, alright? Coconuts are mammals because they have fur and produce milk. Discuss.
Hell,
I feel like I feel like
how can it be a mammal? It doesn't have any organs or anything. It's not living.
But it
and
has
stuff.
fur
want you to
and it
understand-
produces milk.
I want you to understand this is how Jess works. She planted this seed just to piss me off.
I can see the logic behind it. I get I don't vouch for it, but I can see it and I can understand it.
Okay,
Yeah.
hear me out a little bit. But can you even... I know it's called coconut milk. I get that. Can you argue that it's milk, though? Because where is the titty on a coconut?
I suppose.
Just like
they say it.
I cannot call almond milk because I don't see the titty on an almond. No, it's just water. It's cloudy water. Maybe.
Oh my.
You could just picture someone standing at the production line, squeezing the nipple of an arm and trying to get the milk out. Just working the arm and trying to squeeze the milk out.
I mean,
I can understand on the side with the coconut milk because it's white in texture, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, and I mean, but I
So,
mean also too.
but-
Don't you see do you call it coconut milk or coconut water? Because I've learned in my years of alcohol consumption that if I have a hangover that's bad enough, so long as I have a bottle of coconut water in my fridge, I'm good. Like, as soon as I can chug that thing, like, within 30 minutes, like, I'm good. I'm way back hydrated. I can chug on through my day. But it's always coconut water, not necessarily coconut milk.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't had coconut milk myself, but does it do you have to shake it up before you have it, like to mix it up, or like does it have sediment type?
I buy the kind that has the coconut chunks in it because I like to be classy like that.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I can't stand coconut flavour overall, so I'm out.
Because I've seen, like, coconut oil, like you get it in the jar, and that sort of seems like it has like a sediment in it. Whether it's because it's got other stuff in there, I don't know. But
yeah, I don't dig coconut oil. Like, to me, the texture is just off. And I know a lot of white girls on Facebook like to talk about how they use it for everything, but I never got behind that fad.
Yep.
I have coconut shampoo. Does that count? But the
Not
logic
in this context, I don't think.
No. I think in the concept of the coconuts are mammals, obviously, it's a downright no. Obviously,
it's so a no.
But the theory behind it, I think, is so fucking good. Like, somebody must have been really high to think of that question. Like, big time.
And I mean, how high were they? How deep was the thought? Is it because it comes from a living thing? A coconut tree, which is, plants are living organisms. Just,
yeah.
This has so many facets. I don't want to go down this hole.
Like, is the tree the mother and the coconuts? It's
the nibble.
It's offspring.
The coconuts are the titties.
The anatomy of a coconut. Where's the fucking titty? Where's its nipple? Oh my god!
It's a nippleless titty. I don't know.
Oh my god! So we've discussed conspiracy theories and nipple titties on coconuts.
You know what? I think we have just done Jess proud, honestly.
I think we have.
So.
I think she can sit back.
She's going to enjoy listening to this so much.
She's going to get She's going to get a lady boner so hard.
I'm going to send her the draft of this, and she's going to be like, "Perfect, beautiful." I hope she fucking does anyway.
She's going to hate even more not being here.
Oh yeah. Well, this will teach you, Jess.
To leave us through steak and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But steak, though, I mean, come on. Oh.
Yes.
Anyway. It's 10 past 1 in the morning. I ain't frying a steak, okay? Well, does anybody have any closing thoughts before I try and do what Jess does and read this?
No. I think I'm pretty done now.
I'm just gonna read the last thing that Jess sent to the group chat, just because I relate and I just want to feel like she's here. I want to be Kate Blanchett dancing on a beach with Bruce Willis, and I hear you, baby, and I miss you. Wow. And that's my closing thought.
Well, thank you for that. It was beautiful. Okay, now where the fuck does she start with this? Alright, so...
No pressure.
No, none at all. None at all. I'm hoping I can go on a roll with this when I start like she does. Anyway, alright, so... Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this episode. For those who don't know, I've been keeping track of the score. We are halfway through Season 2. This is Episode 6. This has gone quick, man. Really quick. You can find us on other platforms, being Anchor, Podbean, and Chaser. And Some of those, if you were to visit them, you can rate us and leave us some fantastic feedback. We would love to receive it. It's going to progress the future episodes. We can only improve our content if you let us know. But after today, I think we're knocking it out of the park. For our complete episode catalogue for season 1 and 2, you can find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play and YouTube, but there are some archived ones on YouTube. So if you wanted to listen to those in particular, you've got to send us a DM and we can send them over to you. After season 1 wrapped, Jess did actually write a blog of which you can read of how Jard came about. You can find that at jessfox.home.blog. Also, final last messages. Oh, I need a breath. Damn, goddamn, how did she do this? Jard is sponsored by 5 The Gamer. For all of your gaming headset needs, head over to 5thegamer.com. We have our own special discount code. Apply JARD20 during the checkout and you'll receive 10% off your order. We would also like to thank xtv.com for featuring our podcast on their website. If you're interested in the outfit creation side of Grand Theft Auto, please be sure to check out xtv.com for all of the outfit creation components. Be sure to tune in next week for some more interesting conversation, group discussion, and another round of the slang game. Can't wait to bring that back. I fucking love that game. It really is amazing. As always,
and you'll probably fail again.
Big time. I really need to come up with some better words with that one, or phrases. But after we finished recording the last episode, I just suddenly realised, because I'm English is the number 1 language spoken across the globe. Everyone's gonna know it. Everybody's gonna know it. That's my theory behind it anyway. As always, Jess's Wacky Wednesdays will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow morning, and my Sunday Fundies will go up on Sunday, obviously. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
See ya.